so hours later, after my morning prayer was over, Samir and the tour lady, who named Dahlia, they came to take me to the pyramids. And I'm looking, there I am, we park the car and we walk over to the Great Pyramid of Giza, and it is like apparently 600 million tons of sandstone. It is like a fucking shopping mall. It's like, good God! Good God! It was amazing. I mean, I thought it'd be going to be some pyramid like in Vegas. They have that pyramid. Oh yeah, there's a pyramid. Oh, we have a pyramid here. The great ones, things and everything. This was like, get out of town. It took like a day and a half to walk around it. I tried to climb up the side. This guy like collared me. I'm like, I'm going to get to the top. No, I'm not. Bam! Body slammed me. No! And so I even get the science from Dahlia. I said, how many centuries did it take to make this? She goes, what do you mean they built it in the guy's lifetime? I'm like, get out of here. I go, how much do those blocks weigh? She goes, 2-3 tons each. I go, And what, they worked on the full time? She goes, no, they tend to their farms. The Nile would come up, flood the plain with some, nutritious water for all the crops, and the thing goes away, they harvest, and they build. I go, oh, I see. And so then what happened? She goes, well, look over here. And you look past the pyramid, because you figure they shot their wad on the Great Pyramid, right? They're like, oh, fuck, my bag is killing me. Don't call me tomorrow, okay? Get a new list to do it, fucking hell. Okay? But you look past the big pyramid, and there's 2 more of almost equal size. Like, oh, come on! And you look over there, there's one more, way off in the distance. And then you go around the corner, and there's the Sphinx. You're like, whoa, and you're like, I've been seeing nothing since I was this high, and now I'm standing in front of it. And I got my corny, point and shoot idiot camera, and I'm trying to do photos where it's like me and the Sphinx in the same shot. And it totally sucked. It's like half my face and like, half the Sphinx. It didn't work. But I'm sitting in front of the Sphinx, and I asked Dahlia, what's up with this Sphinx? How come it's half his nose is gone? She goes, that was Napoleon. I go, get out of here. She goes, yeah, he came over here a while ago and was trying to take over the town and had his thugs aim a cannon at that thing. I'm like, whoa. So you realize you're standing in this place where like, Napoleon was, and all these other people, like even people like Patton and Rommel, everyone has passed through here. And you get this feeling like you're very small on the scale of things. And where I come from, everyone is larger than life. And it's really cool to go to a place where everything whoops your ass. Like, okay, that's 3,000 years old, and they really can't figure out how it was done. And it's pretty amazing, right? Because in America, a natural disaster happens, like a hurricane comes through, which is basically Mother Nature going, okay, not even so going, half of America is like 4. It's a major disaster area, okay, and shit doesn't even last 20 years, okay? Mother Nature goes, and then McDonald's goes, no! Imagine all the shit that's happened in Egypt, like thousands of years, and it's still, hello, on the pyramid, it's still there. And I spent a week of going to temples. Every day I'd get on my little boat on the Nile, go down the Nile, and we'd get off, and me and these folks were going to see everything. And you're going to these temples that are thousands of years old, overlooking the Nile, which is blue, and the palm trees, which are green, and the eye and the sky, which is blue. And you would believe there's like gods around if you're standing on this place. It's some of the most magnificent things I've ever seen. You're saying, oh, no way does this exist, and I'm here. It's too much for the eye. And the thing that blew me away the most, it sounds really corny, but it's kind of interesting, is I saw graffiti on the walls. And it says, Antonio Fabrizio, Februario 10, 1863. Even the graffiti is old. And I went up to this guy, this tour guy, Sadiq. I went, Sadiq, is that for real? And went, yeah, those are people who were tripping through here 100 and some years ago, and they put that on the wall. I found someone who wrote their name and date February 11th, 1861, which is like, like 100 years and 2 days from the day I was born. And I took most of my photos of the graffiti because it gave me context, because everything else is over your head. Like, how much does that thing weigh? That's 60 tons. Oh, really? And it's standing straight. How do they do that? We don't know. How much is that crossbeam? These Egyptologist guys know everything. That crossbeam is like 30 tons. And how many feet in the air is it? 20. How the fuck did they do it? And there's always those corny TV shows on public television, like the Discovery Channel, Wild Planet, all those shows, and they always had like some enigmatic structure, like a pyramid or some temple, and they always bring in Leonard Nimoy. Have you noticed that whenever they have a structure that they can't explain, they always have the same theory, extraterrestrials, and they always bring in Leonard Nimoy if they can't afford him, his clone. And I imagine at this point, old Leonard doesn't get a whole lot of work. Star Trek was a long time ago. He's not even in sequels anymore. And, you know, Bill Shatner has a rug on his head and is making his living doing dubious TV work. And Leonard had a very non-interesting recording career. It wasn't so hot. He released a book of poetry called I Am Not Spock, you know, like we give a fuck. And so I imagine he spends most of his days on codeine and vodka in Palm Springs on a fucked up blue Naugahyde lazy boy chair watching cable. Like, I was drooling onto his robe. And every once in a while the phone rings. He imagines himself as a later day, you know, Howard Hughes or something like that. Mr. Nimoy? Yeah. This is we're from the Public Broadcasting Service, and we'd like to know if you'd like to come down and do a voiceover, because we don't know how the pyramids were built. We have this like fucked up theory on extraterrestrials coming from another world to build it, and we need your enigmatic and amazing tonal quality on this piece. Can you do it? I'll be right there. And he goes down, and he does it. Like, the pyramids, why were they built? Was it a tribute to their fallen pharaoh? Or was it a signpost for visitors from another planet? Unexplained mysteries will return in a moment. You sit there waiting for like 7 minutes of commercials with your bladder exploding, but you can't seem to, you know, motivate yourself to go to the latrine to come back, because the, you know, the remote is stuck in your hand, and you too are drooling onto your shirt. Like, you know, stupid show. Why don't you do something else, like read or screw or write something? No, it's cool, it's cool. It's like why people watch Top Gun for the 80th time, but they like, oh, okay, whatever, I'll watch it. And so he comes back on and he proposes all these theories. And you're sitting there going, well, yeah, maybe Martians did build the pyramids. I mean, look at them. They're so huge. Thousands of years later, they still fit together. You can't even put a butter knife between the blocks. And they didn't have any cranes or anything. Well, fuck it. I guess that's how it was. Do you think that any creatures or folks from another galaxy who can like come down to this planet via light beams or, you know, dreamscape or some weird mode of transportation would come all the way here, land this amazing craft to get to from some place like 80 million light years away to get here? That is not a Buick they're flying in. It is a pretty rockin' craft, right? And a lot of like into like burned lean tissue to build such a craft to get these ETs to this planet. Why would you come all that way being so sharp and build a pyramid? It's like going to Mars and building a McDonald's. You know, can't you come up with something better? Like, hi, I'm a guy from another galaxy. I'm pretty fucking sharp. I got all the way here. Where are you going? Going to the post office? Right. Well, I came all the way here. I'm going to build this crude structure, and then I'm going to go piss off back to my planet and leave your planet in a fucking quandary for centuries to come. Okay? So, later. I don't believe it for a second, but I do believe this, that contemporary people are so mediocre that they cannot conceive of other people getting up very early in the morning and hitting the bricks and doing something really amazing with their time. You know, and these are people, the people who come up with a theory like extraterrestrials built the pyramids and the Great China Wall, are the people who can't even wash their own cars on the weekends. They can't even get the remote out of their hand. They don't read anything more intelligent than Stephen King. They worship Bruce Willis, you know. They call Burger King fine dining, and they don't aspire to anything more than like from A to B, you know, from the couch to the bed to the bathroom to the car to the job to the car to the bar to the couch to the bed. Dead at 55 with an exploded heart. Yep, fucking ET's built that shit, buddy. Came down here with our way of dozen reviews. Building the pyramids and fucking right off. Come down here and do that shit around my place, buddy. I'll show you something else. You don't do that shit in Texas. You see one fucking pyramid in Texas, goddamn right you don't. You don't know that shit right out of town. You build a fucking pyramid without a permit, buddy. You gonna do something without a permit, buddy? You better shut the fuck up, buddy. One of my friends will come down and run Get the fuck out of town. Oh, you're fucking right. Fucking E.T. come down here, I'll kick that ass. You know, so it seems pretty preposterous to me, but it was a wonderful week kind of hanging out amongst all these huge temples, you know, where you realize people are really rocking. And it makes you realize your potential is unlimited. You can do all kinds of great shit if you could just get your bullshit out of the way and get to it, you know? We're all kind of, I reckon we're all like Muhammad Ali in waiting. If we could just get past the bullshit and get to the thing, we can all be John Coltrane or something cool, at least James Brown. Well, I'm not saying Smoke doesn't beat your woman, I'm just saying the other, the good one.